So we are wearing purple today to raise awareness about domestic and gender-based violence. The number of domestic violence incidents continue just to creep up here in New York City.
Yeah, the CDC reports that 1 in 7 men and 1 in 4 women will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. So this morning we are joined by a survivor, Kameelah Mateen, and the CEO of the largest victim services agency, Safe Horizon, Liz Roberts. So good morning to both of you. Thanks so much for being here.
Good morning.
You know, really, it's kind of disturbing to hear that the number of incidents is rising. So is it because more people are coming forward to report?
You know, what we saw during the pandemic was that, it was such a frightening time. People were sometimes trapped at home with somebody who was hurting them, and it really caused a rise in domestic violence for many people in New York. And so we're still seeing the after effects of that. We're still seeing many survivors coming forward who have really been through a terrible ordeal as a result of everything that happened during the pandemic and are now seeking help and safety.
You know, we've been spending some time with this as it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. You know, when you look at the totality of it all, are you seeing domestic violence victims getting younger and younger?
What we see is that the most survivors who come to us are quite young. So in our domestic violence shelters, we see between the ages between 18 and 25 are really the largest group who come into our shelters. And if you look at the domestic violence homicide numbers across the country, young women are at the greatest risk. The reality is, though, anybody can be a victim of domestic violence at any age, in any social situation, from any background. And so it's important to recognize that it really cuts across all lines of, class and race and age.
Absolutely.
And Kameelah, you're so brave to come forward as a survivor to tell your story. Can you share a little bit of it with us?
I was 9 months pregnant and I left my home due to domestic violence and home with family, and I came to Safe Horizon and Streetworks, and they helped me so much, like with getting over what happened to me and processing, like helping me get to therapy and just doing better with myself and my child.
Yeah. Did you feel at the time that there was no escape, and how did you find out about Safe Horizons?
I called on the hotline to help me get situated, and then I just wound up meeting so many people, and I was presented with so many opportunities to help me in my situation because I wasn't working, and, I needed money, help, and they definitely provide like a lot for me still till now when I'm doing better in life.
Yeah,
That's great.
And Liz, for somebody like Kameelah, when they call the hotline, what exactly is the conversation that plays out, and how quickly can you get some resources to them?
So our approach with every survivor is to really focus on their unique situation, needs, and priorities. And our hotline workers are there 24/7 every single day of the year. And they will offer a range of options depending on the situation. At times it is such a dire situation that family needs to come to shelter that night or the next day, and we're able to make those connections and links and help people decide what will be the safest course right now.
Now, part of Kameelah's journey was included in the Things We Carry exhibit. Can you tell us more about that, and where it is exactly? And
This
more
is
about
a special art exhibit that we are putting on for Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and Kameelah's story is one of 8 survivor stories that is featured. We worked with a really talented creative team to create photographs that give you a snapshot of that desperate moment in a survivor's life where they have to decide, am I leaving right now and what am I taking with me? And so the photos are images of the thing that a survivor carried as they came to safety. And it tells you so much about who that person is and how dire the situation is that they were in and the courage that they brought to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was it that you took with you? Do you
From
remember?
home?
Yeah, when you decided
honestly, I left home with nothing. I just had to go because I got an order of protection. They said it's best to just leave the home on the same day. So I just immediately just up and left. I didn't have nothing. And Streetworks and Safe Horizon has definitely helped me greatly, like with getting a stroller for my daughter and just the necessary health maintenance that I needed for myself as well.
Right.
Kameelah was working with us when she gave birth to her daughter, and as she said, 9 months pregnant at the time she fled. So such a tender, sensitive time, and There's an incredible photograph in the exhibit of the onesie that her daughter wore home from the hospital.
Yeah, so Kameelah, what's it like for you not only to see that in the exhibit, right, but how is your life now and how has it changed?
My life is better now because I'm in a safer environment and I'm making better choices and decisions of containing like who's right to be around me and my daughter and who shouldn't be. So it's better for us now.
Yeah. Well, if there's somebody out there right now that's watching that might be in the situation that you were in or something similar, what would you say to them about finding and reaching out for help?
I want to let them know that if you reach your hand out, someone will grab it, whether if it's God or someone in the community, someone will help because there's so many resources now, but if they don't know what's going on, how can they help you? Like, you're not alone in this, just reach out. Someone is there.
Yeah. And Liz, it's very powerful what you're saying right here. And Liz, I do want to talk to you about, because you have an important reminder for people that want to discuss survivors of domestic and gender-based violence as well. So what's your message today?
That's right. This is so important. There's a bill that was passed in the New York State Legislature last summer that created a one-year look-back window. It's called the Adult Survivors Act, and it means that if you were a survivor of sexual assault in New York State, and you know it could have been years ago, and the statute of limitations already ran out, and you were prevented from seeking justice, you now have this one-year window to file a civil case. Could be against the person who assaulted you or an institution that may have failed to protect.
Right.
And you have until November 23rd to file such a case. So we're just urging survivors to find out more. You can find out more on the Safe Horizon website and make an informed decision.
Yeah.
Such great information this morning. Thank you so much for sharing your story and for being here. We
Thank
wish
you
you the
for
best of
having
luck
me.
moving forward.
Thank you.
The Things We Carry exhibit will be on display this weekend at 21 Spring Street, and it's free to attend.
And if you need help getting out of a violent relationship, please call the Safe Horizon hotline. It's right there on your screen, 1-800-621-HOPE. That's 1-800-621-4673. Thank you both.